So last summer, I was at my friend's place. It was a sunny July day. Our kids were swimming in his pool and we were sipping on a cold Corona in our bathing suits. The topic of allowances came up, at which time his wife joined the conversation, and she mentioned that she had just started giving their 11-year-olds an allowance as well. She continued to say that since it's July, she went ahead and put $300 into each of their bank accounts. Now, I could tell by the way she was explaining this scenario that with me being a financial expert, she was looking for my endorsement on this, and well, I did think quickly before I responded to her. I'll share with you my response to her after first sharing with you my philosophy about teaching kids about money. Jon Williams with Manulife, Securities, and Williams Financial Group. And I'm going to tell you how to teach your kids about money and finances. To get updates on my series on kids' finances, subscribe to my channel, and you'll get an update when the next video comes out. So let's talk about allowances. Now, allowances first became popular with the baby boomer generation, giving their kids money to learn the value and management of money. Now, I'm going to say that historically it hasn't worked out particularly well. If it did, then there wouldn't be a massive amount of consumer debt. My personal favorite statistic is that most people can't support themselves for 2 weeks without getting their paycheck. So what went wrong? There are two huge mistakes that people make in my opinion. Number one, lack of consistency. Number two, not linking money to actual work that has been done. The first step in implementing an allowance is to determine what chores and duties need to be completed in order to earn the money. This is a key lesson. You have to work to make money, and the more you work, the more money you make. If you don't work, you don't make any money. Now, this has been working extremely well in our house. We've got 3 kids, and what we utilize is a checklist. It's really simple and basic, and here it is. We've been utilizing this simple checklist for about 2 years now, and our youngest started doing chores when she was only 4 years old. Now, the first step of implementing an allowance is figure out what duties you want your kids to do. You're welcome to grab this checklist that we have and make it your own. The next step is consistency on paying them. To help us with the second step is what we do is we review these checklists on a weekly basis. We actually have a family meeting on Sundays to review the week, determine who did their chores and who didn't. As well, we discuss other household item tasks that need to be done in the upcoming week. And on a side note, our family meetings have been extremely successful for helping plan meals, home maintenance, and other things. Now, as far as the amount of money that goes, we've tied their allowances to their ages. There's various articles on this. A rule of thumb, a lot of people use $1 per age that they are per week, depending on, of course, the workload. I think it works pretty well whether you use $1 or 50 cents, because as they get older and they have greater wants, their income will also increase, which will obviously help keep up with their own version of inflation. The other thing is the older ones also have additional mandatory duties that are expected, and so therefore they probably should get paid more. All right, so next is to open them up a no-fee bank account, like the Manulife Advantage account that we have. Make it joint with you as an adult so that it's easier to access, and they'll get a debit card. You can transfer funds directly back and forth from your bank account, and they can go online or get a monthly statement. Now, before I finish my story, the next step in discussing finances with your kids is how investing works. Now, if you subscribe below, you'll get an update on when that video is coming out. So, back to my friends. Now, this is not the way you want to teach your kids about money. Not only do they not learn that there's no correlation between money and work, they don't get the pride or learn the value of having to work for their dollar and accumulate it dollar for dollar. Now, as most people that have good friends, it's not necessarily the time or situation when you're sitting in your bathing suit drinking a Corona to point out that this was a big mistake. So instead, I took the easy way out and I left the pool and went and got the next round. That's all for now. Now download the spreadsheet, which is on the link below, or you can email us and get started. Don't forget to book your family meeting and figure out what tasks your kids need to do. Thank you very much, and because simple doesn't mean easy, we're here to help.